So I found this recipe on Pinterest because I craved Chipotle burrito bowls like crazy when I was pregnant. I could not get enough of them, and obviously I'm not gonna drive over an hour just to get a chicken burrito bowl with the baby. So I found this recipe on Pinterest, and it looks like that. It's called Slow Cooker Chicken Burrito Bowls, Lemon and Zest, I guess is the name of the person that posted it, and it's a 5-star recipe, and it really is 5 stars. It's so good. The recipe calls for 1 can of diced tomatoes, 1 can of black beans, and then half a cup of corn. I make this recipe so much that I just always I use half a can of corn. I don't do half a cup. So when I make it with a new can of corn, I always put half a can in the crock pot, and then I freeze the rest in one of these little bags. That way I can use it the next time. And then it also calls for an actual like chili pepper diced. 1 large chili pepper, I think is what it says, but I just use these diced green chilies because for my burrito bowls, I also make Chewy's creamy jalapeno dip to put on top. So I just use about maybe 2 tablespoons of these diced green chilies, and then I use the rest in the creamy jalapeno dip. So that's how I do mine, chicken in the crock pot, and it is on high. This calls for 1 pound of chicken breast or chicken tenders. I don't know if I said that already. And then I rinsed and drained my black beans. So now we just pour everything on top. And then we're gonna add the whole can of diced tomatoes, red onion, my little frozen bag of corn, and this is so pretty too. All the bright colors, and you can arrange it all cute when you're finished in your bowl. It's so cute and fun. And then I'm gonna do, it calls for, I think, 2 cloves of garlic, or you can use garlic powder. I always get this squeezed garlic that's already minced up and everything, just to make it a little easier and it doesn't make your hands smelly. So I'm just gonna squeeze out like 2 cloves. I love garlic, so there you go. And then it calls for 1/4 a teaspoon of red pepper flakes, which are optional, but I like spicy, so I'm gonna put some of those in. And then I'm gonna go ahead and measure out a tablespoon of cumin and a tablespoon of chili powder, and we'll add that in. And then I'm gonna add about, well, we'll just pour some of these in here. Usually I do just about 2 tablespoons. 1 to 2, I guess I could say. And then the rest of this will go into my creamy ranch dip. This is what it looks like, and it's gonna cook. I'm doing this quick, so it's gonna cook on high for about 2.5 to 3 hours, just to be safe. All right, so I've got everything in the crock pot. Cortland's here in his walker. He takes this little towel from the dishwasher constantly. I just let him live. So yeah, he's having fun with that. So I'm gonna come over here and show you the pillows that I got from Kohl's. I used Kohl's Cash to get these, so they were free, and they're so cute. There's this one with a little red truck. You know I had to have it. And then I got this one. It's a barn that says all roads lead home for Christmas. I'm sure you all can read. I don't know why. I always feel like I have to read everything to you, but and then here's an idea. This is a pillow I got from Kirkland's that says Home Sweet Farmhouse. I just turned it around so it's solid white and added it there. So you can always do that if you have a solid back pillow that you want to change. What are you doing over there? And then this one is my favorite. It's Farm Fresh Christmas tree. I love the stripes, and this is kind of like, I don't know, it's not burlap, but I don't know what you call it. But I just love the font, I love the truck, I love everything about it. And then this one, you could also just flip it over to look like a candy cane on that side if you wanted. So I've got all those pillows, and then over here, I took my little truck and I put in some Christmas DVDs that I got for Cortland. This was mine and my sister's favorite movie. Someone posted it on Facebook, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to get it. So I ordered it for $9. So we got this. Hello, mister. And then I got him the VeggieTales Christmas collection. We've already watched almost all of these. There's one more of these in here we haven't watched, but yeah. And then some Christmas books too. So we've got the Little Blue Truck's Christmas. This is so cute. We love the Little Blue Truck books, and the back page lights up. And there's a present under the tree for Blue. How cute. And then we got this one too, construction site on Christmas night. Cortland's daddy is a construction worker, so we had to have that. We've already read them, but I thought we could just have Christmas books and movies out here the whole month of December, so he can watch them or read them. Obviously, he's not going to do either one on his own right now, but I'll just start this tradition and maybe add coloring books when he's older or all kinds of things. And I did put my little sign on that side, so I wanted to show you all that. And then last year, I put my Christmas cards up here in my church windows. This is from my good friend Ashley. She is an amazing singer, so I ordered a CD from her, so I've put the little case up here. I've already listened to it, by the way, and I love it so much. She's so good, so I just wanted to say that. I've got your little CD cover displayed with my Christmas cards, and she actually sent us this card, and it is so cute. You can't tell, but it, oh yeah, see all the glitter on the trees? I love it so much. But then over here, I made a little place to display a couple Christmas cards too. So I got this garland at Hobby Lobby. It was super cheap on sale. So I just kind of, you know, hung it up there. And then I've got some more of our Christmas cards we've got this year up there. And then in the kitchen, I got this rug with Kohl's Cash as well. It says Merry Christmas, and it gets moved all the time because someone is in their walker and they just pull things all over the place, but that's all right. I wouldn't have it any other way, but I liked this because it kind of looks like shiplap, and it's got the wreath, and I just thought it matched everything else. And then I did find Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas dish towel. I just kind of draped it over this one. And then I found this cute little wreath at TJ Maxx. I thought I needed just a little something to go up there, nothing too crazy. And then how sweet is this? Let me scoot my crock pot so you can see. This is a plate that we got from the dollar store on clearance. It was like 30 cents or something crazy. So I just painted mistletoe. It is supposed to say mistletoes. This is a Pinterest idea too. But if I add the S, it's gonna be too much on this side. So yeah, mistletoe, whatever, you get the point. And then I wrote his name down here and the year, and it does look like he has 6 or 7 toes on this side, but he doesn't. It's just really hard to paint a baby's foot and stamp it down by yourself. So it's so cute. And I just took glitter and added it on top just to add a little extra touch. And then I already had these bows. I made a friend of mine's little boy His letters were Mickey Mouse for a birthday party, so I had some of these left over, so I just added it on top. And then we got some Christmas cookies in there. And I found this little mug at TJ Maxx. It's so cute, and it came with a Christmas ornament I put on Cortland's tree. And then these are hot cocoa Hershey Kisses, and they have marshmallows inside, and they're so good. And then my husband had these deer antlers in our garage, so I stole them and brought them in here and just added them to our centerpiece. So I think that's everything in the kitchen and the living room. So we can go on and see Cortland's bathroom. So in here, I hung up the cow picture over there and this little S hand towel I've had for a few years. I got it from Kohl's. And then we've got our Christmas soap. This stuff smells so good. It's Bath and Body Works. And I put the pig here because Cortland's little mistletoe plate is in the kitchen. And then my granny got me this candle. It's fresh mistletoe and it smells so good. And then up here I just added this wreath with the cotton and berries and pine cones. So yeah, that's everything we have in here for decorations. So we'll move to his bedroom. Someone? Cortland, what are you doing, silly? What are you doing? I'm gonna show you your room, okay? So, here on his dresser, I've got his Bible open up to the Christmas story. We've already read this a couple times, so I just keep it open here. We'll definitely read this on Christmas Eve too. And then my granny got him this little bear with the mouse, and it reads Night Before Christmas. And then on his barn doors, these are Christmas ornaments I got from Hobby Lobby like 3 years ago. You can see the little string to hang them. I added the bows, but I used to put those on my church windows, but I wanted something more realistic, so I already had them. I thought I would add them to Cortland's barn doors in here. And then I put the Santa hat in here on his little rocking horse. And we've got a little snowman nightlight. And then I put a little snowflake up here on his fan. And we've got his Christmas tree, of course. So that is everything for Cortland's little Christmas bedroom. Like plain old white rice and then lime juice, and I add some salt and some cilantro. Since I have limes, I'm gonna do it this way, but I've also found this Zatarain cilantro lime rice, and I had a coupon. I got 3 boxes of these right now because I tried it like this last time and it was good too. So if you're in a hurry, you can always pick some of this up. It's already flavored and ready to go. Okay, so I am making this rice tonight, and I'm gonna make about 6 servings just so we'll have leftovers. So I've already measured the rice here, and instead of water I use chicken broth if I have it on hand, and I do tonight. So I'm gonna measure out the amount of water I need and just use chicken broth instead, and then add some butter, bring this to a boil, and cook the rice as directed. Okay, so I ended up making 6 servings of rice. So it ended up being 3.5 cups of water or chicken broth. You can do either way. And then 1 tablespoon of butter. So I'm just bringing this to a boil, and I'm gonna allow it to cook until it's completely done. And then I'm gonna add in cilantro. And I have done the fresh cilantro before, but we just never use all of it before it goes bad when I buy a big bunch. So I get this cilantro. It's just lightly dried, and it works just as good. So I'm gonna add some of that in, and then I have a lime over here I've already washed. So I'll just add just a little bit of lime juice and some sea salt, and that's it for your rice. That's all you have to do. So once the rice has come to a boil, you're gonna bring your heat down to medium heat and just cover it. And this is gonna cook for 20 minutes. So I've got about 15 minutes left on the rice, and Blue just got home. So he is going to show us how to make creamy jalapeno dip, because he's so good at it, and he's gonna help me out. And while he's doing that, I'm gonna chop up my tomato and lime. So we use our little mini food processor.
Oh, yeah.
The rest of these green chilies, it's supposed to have a whole can, but it works out fine this way. And then 1 packet of Hidden Valley Ranch mix. You need some mayonnaise, some jalapenos. I usually do the cans like this, but I have these pickled peppers, and they're just as good. And then garlic, sour cream, and cilantro. And it calls for heavy whipping cream, but we don't have any. Sometimes we've added just a little bit of milk because there's another recipe that does it that way, and it turns out good. Or you can just leave it as is. It's just a little thicker without the milk. So, and then we love these chips right here. Hello. Lime, and I'm gonna use a big wedge like this one and add it to the rice. It's almost done cooking. I've got 8 minutes left, so I'm gonna go on and just squirt some lime juice in here. And you can always add more if you feel like you need more, but this is usually pretty good. And I'm gonna go on and put some sea salt. Measure this part, I just kind of do it, and I do squeeze lime on top when everything's done too, so you don't have to go too crazy with your lime juice. So that's just jalapeno and green chili, and like I said, it does call for a whole can of green chilies and I think a whole can of one of those for the jalapeno too, but
depends on how hot you want it.
Yeah, ours will just be a little more mild.
And what I like to do is you sit here and just do this, but you shake it. It chops up better, but you don't want it in the soup. Dump it in your bowl.
And I had to get our jar of mayonnaise because he says there's not really enough in here. I just thought that would be easier for him. But
Here we gotta have a cup of that.
and there's my dish towel back there.
We'll have a 1/3 cup of sour cream. Half a teaspoon of minced garlic, which I don't ever test that. I just drop a little dabble of it in here. Like that. Go ahead and put the pack of ranch powder in there. I just like to go ahead and mix this up a little bit.
So I just washed our little measuring cup. He's gonna add a little bit of milk because we do not have heavy whipping cream this time. We've done it both ways and it tastes just about the same. This just makes it a little thinner.
Takes a 1/3 cup. I usually don't measure this, but I'm going to since we're on video here. Mix it all in, makes it thinner, easier to eat with chips.
And it's more like a dressing this way too. And we put it on top of the burrito bowls. And at Chili's, if you've ever been to Chili's, theirs is like this consistency.
It's supposed to take a 1/3 cup, but we don't always put it all.
And then we have used fresh cilantro before, but this is just more convenient. And it makes it pretty. Fresh cilantro does taste better, I think, though. Do you?
Yeah, it's more flavorful. But this here's still good too if you don't have it.
And that's it. And if you make this ahead of time, you can snack on it like my husband here. This is like his little appetizer. So, our chicken is finished cooking. Blue's just chopping it up in there. And it smells so good, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So this is what it should look like. You just want to make sure your chicken is completely cooked through. So, okay, so I've taken everything out of the fridge and I've got the rice in our bowls. So you start with your rice and then you're gonna put some of this chicken inside. And I usually put about this much. And this is what it looks like when it's all assembled. And then you just mix it all up, put some chips on top, and then we of course put our creamy jalapeno. So I just squeeze my lime on top of everything. And then I put probably 1 heaping tablespoon of this right on top. And then you just mix that all up, and then you can always add hot sauce on top too if you want a little more spice, or taco sauce. So I like a little hot sauce in mine. And that's our chicken burrito bowls.